In today's segment of Unasked Questions We Don't Get, what sports car would you buy with a million ringgit? Hi, my name is Juan, and this is Motherfucking Win. So, 1 million ringgit to buy a sports car. The pragmatic inside you tells you to avoid Italian thoroughbreds for fear of reliability issues. He's not wrong. The honest voice inside says you want something less vanilla than an AMG or M car. So you're really left with one option, Porsche 911. But the 992 model C2S costs 1.15 million ringgit before options, and it's also turbocharged, so it's not the purest Porsche choice. What then? Well, fret not, we've done the math, crunched numbers, and we have the answer for you. Meet the 911 GT3. This is a 991 Mark 1 and was introduced to the world back in 2013. It has a 3.8 litre flat 6 motor that makes 475 horsepower, 440 Newton meters, and revs to a heady 9,000 RPM. Used car prices show that a 2014-2015 car go for about 900,000 ringgit. When the 991 model GT3 was first introduced to the world, it was available only with a 7-speed PDK box. However, Porsche says that the dual clutch box has been tuned specifically for this car, which means shorter gear ratios and quicker shift times, just under 100 milliseconds. Well, we know what you're thinking. Where is this car's value proposition? We already know that the 992 model C2S starts from 1.15 million ringgit. The current 991 Mark II GT3 starts from 1.7 million ringgit. But did you know that back in 2014, this car had a sticker price of 1.23 million ringgit before options? Some will argue that the Mark I is very different from the Mark II. Yes, we know. 3.8 litre versus a 4.0. In fact, this car has less 25 horsepower, 20 Newton meters, PDK only versus a manual option. But can you really argue with a price difference of 500,000 ringgit? Yeah, we didn't think so. More importantly, how does this car drive? Let's be honest, any car that has a GT badge by Porsche rarely disappoints. Not when Porsche sets such high standards on its cars. This car has rear axle steering, which turns in the rear wheels into or away from a corner up to 1.5 degrees according to the car speed, gifting the car with increased agility. Under 50 clicks an hour, the front and rear wheels steer in opposite directions, giving the impression of a shorter wheelbase and reducing turning radius for increased stability. The truth is, you're unlikely to ever feel that magic working, not unless you drive an equivalent car without rear axle steering, and you can't because Porsche doesn't make one. All you need to know is that this car is deft and alert on its feet, and that engine, what a lovely song as she builds up towards 9,000 RPM. So, what do you look out for if you're buying one of these cars used? Well, early batches of the GT3 were known to have engine failures. This is faulted from a connecting rod bolt, and Porsche issued a recall to all 785 cars affected. These cars had their engines replaced. As far as we know, all cars delivered in Malaysia had their engines replaced from factory. But if you're looking to buy a car and it's a non-local car, you should definitely ask. Also worth considering are the options list. Nice to have would be Sport Chrono package, Sport Exhaust, PASM, and ceramic brakes. And if you're really keen on picking one of these up, we happen to have one for sale in our marketplace with all those options already ticked. So having to choose a sports car with a 1 million ringgit budget is a very nice problem to have. And if I was in those lucky shoes, well, it's obvious. This is my pick. What about you?